this is like for the reconstitution. What exactly is the meaning of reconstitution? Okay, so basically that is a change. Okay, whenever there is a change taking place in partnership firm, any change in fact, okay, that will lead to reconstitution. What are the reasons, okay, for which like the changes are taking place, or what are the changes that are taking place and forms the reason for the reconstitution? Let us go through those things, right? And the most important part, like I have underlined over here, okay, it always leads to a change in the profit sharing ratio among the partners. Whenever you're talking about the reconstitution, the P&L ratio will change for sure, right? So that is a base of the reconstitution, you can say that. Okay, so let us start reading from here. Any change in the partnership agreement gives rise to a change in the relationship among the partners, and that is called reconstitution of partnership firm, correct? Any change in the partnership agreement, whatever the deed is there, any change in that will be a reconstitution. Okay, so as a result, existing partnership agreement जो है, like that comes to an end and a new agreement comes into existence. That is for sure, because whatever changes are taking place, even if there is a change in profit and loss sharing ratio, then also deed needs to be changed. The previous one will come to an end and the new deed has to be formed, right? So, as I already told you, it always leads, okay, whenever you're talking about the reconstitution, it always leads to the change in the profit and loss sharing ratio among the partners. Okay, so let us see what are the circumstances where the reconstitution takes place. The first one is change in profit sharing ratio among the existing partners, right? That is one reason. Second is admission. Admission mein kya hoga ki like A and B were two partners earlier, and now like the third partner C is going to be admitted. So earlier the profit was to be distributed amongst the two, now it will be amongst three. So it will lead to the change in the ratio, right? So that's a reason of the reconstitution. Retirement, right? Retirement and death. In both the cases, one of the partner, in retirement, one of the partner retires from the firm, and in death of partner, one of the partner dies. So earlier there were three partners, A, B, C. If C retires, now the new partners will be A and B only. So the profit ratio will change. In case of death, the same way. If C dies, okay, so in that case also now the new profit sharing ratio will be amongst A and B. Okay, in all these cases, as I told you, the base is the change in profit and loss sharing ratio, right? And fifth one is amalgamation of two partnership firms. Two individual firms are there. Let me take an example over here. Ram is one of the sole proprietor who has been into business. Sham is another sole proprietor. They have been into the same business, but because this is a sole proprietorship firm for both of them, they know their limitations. What they knew is if they join together, okay, they can do the business on a large scale and they can easily overcome their own limitations with the help of each other, right? So circumstances wherein like A and B, like Ram and Sham, wind up their old business, join together and form a new firm, Ram and Sham, okay, something like that. Okay, so that is what is known as amalgamation. Okay, it is not the merger. Please remember, amalgamation can be there in the form of the merger, firm A, firm B, merge together and form a new firm, AB, right? But merging is something continuing with the same business. Amalgamation mein kya hoga? A will wind up his business, B will wind up his business, and they will start a new business in the name of AB. Okay, it is like that. Okay, so these are the five circumstances, okay, where we say the reconstitution takes place, right? Let us understand change in profit sharing ratio among the existing partners. That's the first topic, right? So the partners of an existing partners may decide to change their profit sharing ratio as a result of the change in their capital contributions due to ill health, old age of the partner, due to inability to discharge the duties of the firm. Okay, this is also one of the question, right? What is the need to change the profit and loss sharing ratio? Because जब agreement बनाया होगा partners से, तो they must have thought for that, right? But yes, if all these are the reasons, okay, one of the partner has brought some additional capital because his capital contribution is more, he wants to have share in profit something more than other partners. That is a possibility. One of the partner is suffering from ill health and not able to perform the duties as he used to do earlier. right? Old age of the partner due to inability to discharge the duties, yes. So all these are the reasons wherein like the partners come and decide that let us have a change in the profit and loss ratio, right? So let us see what all things are going to be learned by us in this chapter. What are the issues to be considered carefully, okay, in a particular topic? We are into the topic wherein we are talking about the change in profit and loss sharing ratio, okay. So yes, all these things are there. We have to learn to determine the sacrificing ratio, the gaining ratio. We are going to learn something about the accounting treatment of goodwill, calculation of goodwill as well, accounting treatment of accumulated profits and reserves, revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities, and adjustment of capitals, right? So all these are the topics which we are going to learn. Now, the topic starts, the first one, that is sacrificing ratio. What is sacrificing ratio? Let us understand that. Sacrifice is nothing but if due to the change in profit and loss sharing ratio, if one of the partner gets less share than the existing one, we say that is sacrifice, and the partner is a sacrificing partner. I repeat, giving an example basically. Suppose ABC, 3 partners were there. Okay. They used to share the profits equally. Equally मतलब 60 को divide करेंगे तो 20-20-20, correct? Now, they want to have a change. Understand that, please, important here. They want to have a change in the profit and loss ratio. Now the new ratio decided is 3-1. 3-1. Okay, A, B, C. Earlier, they used to divide equally. So 20-20-20, they used to get the profit. अब 3-1 के हिसाब से कितना मिलेगा? 30,000, 20,000 and 10,000, right? Okay. Now, if I just compare the profit of A, पहले कितना मिल रहा था? 20. अब कितना मिलेगा? 30. मतलब he is getting a share more than what he used to get earlier. He is getting more share. So that partner we call it as a gaining partner. Okay. कितना ज़्यादा मिला? 10,000. So his share gained by him is 10,000. Coming to B, 20,000, 20,000. It remains same, so no change. C, पहले 20 मिल रहा था, अब कितना मिल रहा है? 10. So his share in profit decreases, and because the share in profit decreases, we say that he is a sacrificing partner, right? During the change in the profit sharing ratio, some of the partners will surrender a portion of their share in profit in favor of other partner. As I told you, C. पहले 20 था, अब 10 है, तो he has surrendered the profit of 10,000 in favor of A, right? So the ratio in which the partners have agreed to sacrifice their share in profit of favor of other partner or partners is called as sacrificing ratio. Okay, whenever we are going to start the numericals, we will learn that it may happen that one of the partners sacrifices for the another partner, or maybe like 2 partners sacrifices for the third one. It may happen like that. Okay, how do we calculate sacrificing ratio? We can see the formula over there. Sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio of a partner minus new ratio of a partner. Okay, to memorize it in a simple way, you can see that I already marked with red over there, son. I want you to remember son, S-O-N. S is sacrifice, O is old ratio, and N is new ratio. Okay, the sacrificing ratio is computed to find out the amount of compensation to be paid by the gaining partner to the sacrificing partner. अच्छा, ये भी मतलब बहुत सारे questions आते हैं कि सर sacrificing ratio find करने की जरूरत क्या है? So this is a need why we need to have the sacrificing ratio. अगर कोई बंदा जैसे C sacrifice कर रहा है A के लिए, तो A needs to compensate C because C अपना share in profit sacrifice कर रहा है, तो उसको कुछ तो benefit मिलना चाहिए. So that is a point. So the sacrificing partner should be compensated by the gaining partner. That's the reason why we need to have the sacrificing ratio. The compensation is usually paid on the basis of the proportionate amount of goodwill, share in accumulated profits and reserves, profit and loss and revaluation of assets and liabilities. Okay, तो ये compensation की बात कर रहे हैं. All these points are going to be covered in this chapter. Correct? Please remember this point. Okay. Next is gaining ratio. Gaining ratio is just the opposite of sacrificing. If due to the change in the profit sharing ratio, if one of the partner gets more share, right, than the existing one, we call it as a gaining ratio, right? And gaining ratio का formula sacrifice का opposite कर देंगे. Sacrifice was old minus new, so gaining will be new minus old, right? Now how to solve the sum, right? Sacrificing and gaining ratio के sums हैं. Question number 1. X and Y are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. Okay, that's the old ratio given. They decided to share profits equally in future. Equally matlab because there are two partners, so 1:1 रह जाएगा. Find partners sacrifice or gain due to the change in profit sharing ratio. A very basic sum to start with, right? Old ratio. Old ratio amongst X and Y can be seen as 3:2. Let me write the new ratio over there. New ratio will be equal to 1:1 because there are two partners, right? Okay. Sacrifice has to be calculated. Sacrifice or gain. So we always use the formula for sacrifice in this chapter particularly. Sacrifice is, I'm sure like some के सब सबको याद रह जाएगा. Old share minus new share. Okay. Let us calculate for X. For X, old share कितना दिख रहा है? X का 3, and the ratio is 3:2. X का share is 3, तो 3/5 will be written. 5 कैसे आता है? 3 plus 2 करके, right? ये जो है 3 plus 2 करके 5 is the denominator part. Please check here. Okay. Old share minus new share. New share we know like it is 1:1, so it will be 1/2. Okay. So 3/5 minus 1/2. Okay. तो अब इसको कैसे solve करना है? What I believe is कि like to make it very simple, cross multiplication करना ना ज़्यादा better है. Okay. So let me write this. Okay. How do I solve? Let me tell you. 2 into 3 cross multiplication कर रहे हैं. 6 minus 5 into 1, that's 5, and upon 5 into 2, that is 10. मतलब तीनों multiplication हो गए. पहले 3 into 2, फिर 1 into 5, and then 5 into 2. Right? All three multiplications has to be done. Now this shows 6 minus 5/10. Okay, that is 1/10. Okay, so 1/10 is a sacrifice by X. In the same way, I would like to calculate for Y. Okay, so Y is equal to old share can be seen as 2/5. Okay, minus new share is 1/2. Okay, so 2 2s are 4, minus 5 1s are 5, and then 5 2s are 10. Okay, so that will give me the calculation as 4 minus 5. Now this is negative. Okay, so minus 1/10. Okay, so when we are calculating sacrifice, and if the answer comes negative, as in this case for Y, so we should not forget to write over there by default it's a gain. We need to understand from here that whenever we are calculating sacrifice or a gain, so if there are two partners, if X is sacrifice, it is obvious that Y is going to gain. Kitna share? If X is sacrifice 1/10 share, Y is going to gain 1/10 share because there are two partners. That is quite obvious, right? Okay, so I'm done with this particular sum. Now, instead of two partners, we have three partners. PQR, partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. They decided to share future profits in the ratio of 2:2:1. Okay, find the sacrifice or gain the same way, right? So let me write the old ratio and the new ratio. Okay, old ratio will be equal to this is 3:2:1. Okay, new ratio is equal to 2:1, right? Sacrifice formula, sacrifice is equal to old minus new, right? ये basic steps हैं. I want you to write every time old ratio, new ratio, sacrifice. Okay, now we need to calculate the sacrifice of PQR, all the three partners. Okay, let us solve this for P. P will be equal to old share. Old share can be seen as 3/6. Okay, minus the new share for P can be seen as 2/5. ये बहुत ध्यान रखना आप लोग. Okay, when you are writing the ratio, उसमें mistakes बहुत ही हैं. It's a common error, right? So let me take the fraction from here. Make you understand the calculations again. The cross multiplication. The 5 3s are 15, right? 6 2s are 12. 6 5s are 30. Okay, so this will be equal to 15 minus 12 is 3/30. Okay, let me put it as it is. I'm not reducing right now. The reason I'll let you know. Okay, next is Q. Q will be equal to old share can be seen as 2 by 6 minus the new share can be seen as 2 by 5. Okay. So again the cross multiplication, I'll have to take the fraction again from here. 5 2s are 10. Okay. Minus 6 2s are 12. Okay. And 6 5s are 30. Okay. So now 10 minus 12, I know like that's going to be negative. The negative sign likhi do, and 10 minus 12 is 2. 2 by 30. Okay. Now, can you tell me, looking at the results of P and Q, P sacrifices 3 by 30, Q gains. So what will the result for R? R will sacrifice or gain?
Gain.
Gain.
How much?
1 by 10.
1
by 30. That's correct. Okay, तो इसीलिए मैंने उसको reduce नहीं किया. Okay, now we are aware of कि ऐसा है. Let me reduce this. Okay, 1 by 10, right? If I'm not wrong. And over here also, this will be minus 1 by 15, right? तो अब 1 by 10, 1 by 15 से समझ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन 3 by 30, 2 by 30 से समझ में आता है, right? इसीलिए मैंने उसको reduce नहीं किया था. Now we know like it should be 1 by 30, the gain for R. So let us write there. Old share for R is 1 by 6, right? Minus new share is 1 by 5. Okay, so that will be equal to 5 ones are 5 minus 6 ones are 6 to be divided by 30, right? So that will be equal to minus 1 by 30. As we knew already, like ये ऐसा आएगा ही, so that's all. Okay, so this is what I was telling you. If there are 3 partners, the sacrifice and gain will be adjusted amongst the partners, right? We can see that like over here, 3 by 30, right? 2 by 30 is a gain and 1 by 30 is a gain again. This has to happen, right? So that's all for this sum. Okay, this is again very important sum. A, B, C are partners of firm sharing profits in ratio of 2:1. अभी तक जो 2 सम थे उसमें क्या था? Old ratio दिया था, new ratio दिया था. So it was so easy for us to calculate the sacrifice or the gain, right? But अब क्या है? Old ratio दिया है और हमें new ratio find करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं. New ratio. So if I just take you back to the formula for sacrifice, अगर sacrifice का formula ये है old minus new, so who will tell me the formula for the new ratio? New ratio will be
Old minus sacrifice.
Old minus sacrifice. That's very correct. Okay, so let us start with. Okay, I'm not writing the old ratio over here because it is quite known to us. That's 2:1. Okay, compute the new ratio, and the case one can be seen as if C requires 1 by 10 share from A. ठीक है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि लाइक फ्रॉम ए दिया हुआ है, मतलब ए इज सैक्रिफाइसिंग 1/10 शेयर फ्रॉम हिज शेयर. फ्रॉम, तो आपको याद रखना होगा कि व्हेनेवर द वर्ड फ्रॉम इज गिवन टू अस इन द रेशियोज एंड ऑल, वी नीड टू डिडक्ट दैट. वी नीड टू डिडक्ट. अंडरस्टूड? वैसे सिंपल लैंग्वेज है. ओके, ए सैक्रिफाइस कर रहा है, सी गेन कर रहा है. ओके, तो लेट मी राइट द फॉर्मूला फॉर द न्यू रेशियो ओवर हियर. न्यू रेशियो इज इक्वल टू old minus sacrifice. अगर gain होगा तो plus हो जाएगा. I'm not writing that. Okay. Now for A, directly new ratio find करना है. For A, it will be old ratio can be seen as, for A, that is 2 by 5, right? How much share he has sacrificed? 1 by 10. So let me deduct 1 by 10. Okay, so that's all. So now the calculation. Okay, so let me write in the fraction again. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना इजी है, एलसीएम लेना भी इजी है. तो इफ यू वांट मी टू टेक द एलसीएम, लेट मी टेक द एलसीएम. ओके, कई लोगों को सर एलसीएम लेना ज्यादा इजी है, तो ठीक है एलसीएम ले लो. 5 and 10 का एलसीएम इज 10. तो 5 को कन्वर्ट करने के लिए इनटू 2, तो 2 2s are 4 and minus 1. ओके, सो दैट्स इट. The calculation, so that will be equal to 3 by 10. Okay, that's a new share of A. Now for B, B का शेयर है कितना? That's 2 by 5. B का तो कोई change हुआ नहीं because C is acquiring from A. So that's why B's share will be as it is. Next is C. Okay. So C has acquired So when C is acquiring, that means he is gaining. So the share has to be added. So C ka old share is 1 by 5 and 1 by 10 is a share acquired by him. Okay, so now again the LCM will be 10. If I go with LCM 10, so 5 2s are so 2 plus 1. Okay, so that will be equal to 3 by 10. Now I need to write the new ratio over here. So whenever I have to write the new ratio, I have to ensure that the denominator part of all the partners' share has to be same. अब यहाँ पे 3 by 10 है, okay, यहाँ पे भी 10 है, लेकिन यहाँ पे denominator can be seen as 5. So this will not help me to get the ratio. So I'll have to convert this denominator of 5 into 10. So multiply by 2 करना है. So 2 by 5 can be simply written as 4 by 10 over here, right? So I will be able to write the new ratio over here now. So new ratio will be equal to 3 ratio 4 ratio 3. Okay, so this is how you are going to solve the sum. Okay. Yes, case 2. Case 2 में क्या लिखा हुआ है? If C acquires the same share 1 by 10, मतलब C gain ही कर रहा है, 1 by 10 share from A and B equally. This is understood कि like A and B sacrifice तो कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? अब A and B are sacrificing in equal ratio. So before I go with a new ratio formula, let me find the sacrifice. Together, these two partners sacrifice 1 by 10 share, right? Let me write 1 by 10. And the ratio given to us is equal. So because there are two partners, A and B, I'll have to write 1 by 2. मतलब दोनों कितना sacrifice कर रहे हैं? Half half. 1 by 10 का half will be sacrificed by A. 1 by 10 का half will be sacrificed by B. Okay, that is what exactly I have mentioned on the screen. So 1 by 10 का half will be equal to 1 by 20. ठीक है? Now let me write over here the new ratio. The formula for the new ratio was, that is old minus sacrifice. Old minus sacrifice. So let us calculate it for all the three partners. A, old share can be seen as 2 by 5, right? Minus sacrifice by A is 1 by 20. Okay, अब यहाँ पर भी LCM लेना easy होगा. 5 and 20 का LCM can be taken as 20. So 5 into 4 is 20. So 4 2s are 8 minus 1. Okay, so 8 minus 1 is 7 by 20 is for A. In the same way for B now, old share can be seen as again 2 by 5, right? Minus the sacrifice is 1 by 20 in the same way. Okay, so that will be equal to, this will remain same. So let me write it is 7 by 20 because A and B का दोनों का calculation same है. Okay, now C. Partner C, we know like C has acquired, so he is gaining. Because of his gain, we need to add in his old share. C का old share is 1 by 5, right? Plus the share gain is 1 by 10. Okay, you can write over there 1 by 20, 1 by 20 also, that is also fine. But 1 by 10 is absolutely fine because the question also mentioned the same, right? Now over here, again the LCM can be taken as 5 and 10 ka LCM will be 10. Okay, so 5 2s are so 2 plus 1. Okay, so that will be 3 by 10. Okay, that's all. Now again the question comes to write the new ratio. Now before I write the new ratio, what I need to ensure is that the denominator part has to be same. For A, it can be seen as 20. For B, it can be seen as 20. For C, it can be seen as 10. So 10 nahi chalega. I'll have to convert it to 20. So 3 by 10 can be better written as 6 by 20 as per the requirement, right? Multiply by 2. So I will be able to write the new ratio now as 7 ratio 6. Okay, so this is how you are done with the sum, correct? So this is the sum I would like to start today. Okay, this is related to the surrender of share. Okay, it is again related to the new partner's share only, but let us read the question. A, B, C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. That is their ratio given to us, 3:2:1. A surrendered 1/3 of his share and B surrendered 1/4 of his share of profit in favor of C. Okay, you can see that your important words are like I already marked with red over there, of his share. Okay, can you tell me what is the difference between like from his share and of his share का क्या difference है? Okay, तो 1/3 है, from होता तो -1/3 करते, and 1/3 ऑफ बोला है तो उसका जितना शेयर होगा उसका 1/3 कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा, right? So let us calculate, and we've been asked to calculate the new ratio. You can see that new ratio and partners sacrifice or gain. So let us calculate first of all new ratio, right? A sacrifice ratio. Sacrifice by A. A surrenders 1/3 of his share. So what is the share of A right now? It is 3/6. Okay, and then multiply by 1/3 because he surrenders 1/3 share. Okay, so 3/6 ka 1/3, you can see that 3 gets cancelled, so it is 1/6. Okay, so this is how we calculate sacrifice by A. In the same way, let us calculate sacrifice by B. B surrendered 1/4 of his share, so that will be equal to B का share right now it is 2/6, right? Multiply by his sacrifice is 1/4 of his share. So let us calculate this. It will be 1/12. Correct. So this is what is a sacrifice by A and B. Now once we have sacrifice with us, we can always calculate new share. New share is equal to old minus sacrifice, right? Or it can be the other way also, old plus gain. Okay, so let us calculate for all the three partners. A, so 3/6 minus 1/6. Okay, that will be 2/6. That's very easy to calculate. For B now, old share can be seen as 2/6, right? Minus 1/12. Okay, so if I had to take the LCM over here, the LCM will be 12. Let me take the LCM 12 over here. So 6 2s are 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 1. Okay, so that will be 3/12. Okay, so A new share is there, B new share is there. Both the partners sacrificed earlier, and now C. Okay, so for C, like old share is 1/6, but then he has gained, right? Because A and B has sacrificed in favor of C. So C is gaining. C has gained whatever A and B has sacrificed. Sacrifice by A was 1/6 and sacrifice by B was 1/12. Okay, so let us calculate this. LCM will be 12 over here. So this will be 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so that will be equal to 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5/12. Okay, so the point is now we have been asked to calculate the new ratio and the sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice or gain. We know like this is what is a sacrifice by A and B. If over here we were to calculate the sacrificing ratio, sacrifice ratio, तो कैसे लिखते? Just think about it. So because we can see the sacrifice by A is 1/6 and sacrifice by B is 1/12, the denominator is not equal. We need to equalize the denominator. So this will be treated as 2/12. Okay, so we can say that the sacrificing ratio between A and B is 2:1. Okay, so this is how we calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now over here, new ratio. Again the same thing I repeat. For calculating any ratio, in fact, now new ratio we calculate करना है, तो we need to ensure the denominator has to be same of all the three partners. For A, I can see the denominator as 6. So to make it 12, I'll have to multiply by 2. So this will be basically 4/12. So now I have all the three denominators same, 12, 12, 12. So new ratio will be 4:3:5. Okay. So this is how we are done with the sum.